My guys, we gotta talk about Finn Balor, okay? The man on my t-shirt, because he said a couple of interesting things, right? This man right now is 42 years old, and according to Wrestling Inc., he says he wants to face a couple of people in this business. Like Gunter is one of the names he gave out, and he also, before all this, confirmed that he signed to the WWE for like 5 more years. So by the time this is over, he's 47. Let's just call it what it is. His career is basically on the down. Like if that's not over by the time he's 47, he's like a part timer, and then the rest like a couple more years. But it's basically Finn Balor is finishing it off in the WWE. But he said he wanted to face off against Gunter and a couple of other former WWE and Universal champions like Roman Reigns. And the one thing that I want to tell you guys, and I want to see your reaction on this because it was interesting to me, he also named among these people Brock Lesnar. And I read this interview or like this article from Wrestling Inc. as much as I could. And it seems to be an interview from today, or it's very recent. So naming Brock Lesnar is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Kenny?
So we didn't know what he was going to tell us before we started, and that is pretty surprising because I saw this article and I didn't click on it. He said he was going for 5 years. I'm like, all right, cool. That's like the end of your career.
Yeah.
You're not really cooking right now, so hopefully they figure you out before it's all said and done. But I didn't know he mentioned Brock Lesnar. But Triple H did say Brock Lesnar is still under contract with WWE and he will be back. So I guess Triple H is telling the truth, and these guys know it. And obviously, Finn Balor looked at the situation that was going on with Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar, and he doesn't find Brock Lesnar wrong in the situation. Yeah. How do you guys feel about that? Maybe we'll talk about it later. Brian, what you got?
No, bro. I mean, listen, we've heard Brock Lesnar name drop. They lifted the ban off his name. So talent probably feel a little more free to say his name. And Paul Heyman dropped his name like 4 times at his Hall of Fame speech. Granted, it's his half speech, but
didn't they boo him?
No,
boo him. No?
He got pops every time he said his name. Pops. So it don't surprise me, to be honest. I think it is cool if Brock ain't do nothing crazy, but we still don't know that. Let us know down below what y'all think about that. But yeah, man. I mean, we'll see what happens with Brock, but I must say that it's definitely interesting that Finn Balor just kind of said his name and just ain't think that it would be a big deal.
Well, you said something interesting just now, Brian. You said we don't know if Brock did anything. I'm going to tell y'all right now. What did Brock Lesnar do? Brian, do y'all know the allegations? Do y'all know what my boy did, allegedly?
Hey, man, not for me to speak on.
Listen, from what I read, from what I understand, they said Vince McMahon was kind of negotiating his contract, and he was like, listen, you're going to get this money, you're going to get that money, we're going to come in, and we're going to put these belts on you, and I got a woman for you to meet. And Brock Lesnar was like, really? But I mean, listen, like, you have friends, right, Brian? Right, Brian? You got friends, right?
Yeah.
You got friends, right?
I do, yeah.
Like, sometimes you might have a friend, and this girl's kind of hot on him, but he's like, you know what? I'm kind of cool on that. It's not the one I want. So he might be like, let me introduce you to my friend. So maybe this is what happened.
I think it's just like, bro, like, business and friends though is like that's very like a different subject. Like that's a touchy subject, bro. Because it's business at the end of the day. You're in a business environment and you're the boss and this is your employee.
But they are friends too.
That's a different type of business, Ken. You don't want to confuse them and sink the ship per se.
But I mean, they're friends too, though. So you got to think about it, Brian. If we were both single men and I was like, you know what, Brian, man, this girl, man, listen. She belongs to the streets and she want to holler at you. Like if you said, all right, I'm gonna holler at her, and you start talking to her and tell her you know what? We're not here to kink shame. I'm not going to kink shame anybody. If Brock Lesnar likes,
no, if he like the hiss, he like the hiss. That's all that
exactly.
Is.
Whatever he likes is his business. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But you know what? If I was pushing this woman onto you and she was okay with it,
I just think the allegations are too strong at this very moment to bring him back.
I don't think so.
At this moment, I mean, I agree with Brian right there.
Bro, I mean, WWE is getting cooked for having this type of storyline on their screen right now. You think people will be okay with Brock?
Well, you're right. And they got the lawsuit going against him right now. So I guess it is too hot right now. But the fact that Triple H mentioned him and said, listen, Brock is still with us. He's just out being Brock, cutting trees, out there doing it up with horses. Whatever Brock Lesnar is doing, he's out there
What do you
doing it.
mean?
So the fact that he's fine with mentioning Brock Lesnar, saying he's still with this company, I think we'll definitely see Brock Lesnar make that comeback. And Finn Balor, I don't really want to see Finn Balor versus Brock Lesnar, but Brock
Wow.
Lesnar versus Gunther.
Oh,
That's
needs
the
to
match, the
happen.
Kenny A, man.
Yeah,
That's the
you're
match
right,
we
Brian.
almost got, bro.
That's the
That is the match we
need.
almost got. I've never seen Brock Lesnar wrestle in person, so I really wanted to see it, and I really want to see it still. If he gets cleared and is innocent, so
I think
he's
it's gonna
Go ahead,
happen,
Mr.
Kenny, because like this video actually really helped me see it right now. Because even if, like, no disrespect to Finn Balor, but if he's saying Brock Lesnar's name willy-nilly, but no concern in the world at all, then I think it's almost official at this point. They're waiting for the heat to die off, and they'll bring him back. I mean, recently we had a similar kind of situation with Chris Jericho, and look how that turned out. People completely forgot about everything.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
even care about it anymore. So
True.
I think it's only a matter of time, and I don't think WWE treats this as a Chris Benoit thing, and obviously it's not even close. But like, he was still in the game. We couldn't play as him. He was just bound to the showcase mode, but he was still in 2K24. They didn't take him out completely either. So lots of signs pointing to the fact that he's coming back, man.
That is a great point, because Chris Jericho got away with murder. What he did was way worse than what we hear Brock Lesnar did, because Brock Lesnar, at the end of the day, he never met the woman.
allegedly.
That's important. But Chris Jericho he allegedly did, because it was bad. But y'all, Brock Lesnar is coming back. And Brian, we will see him at WrestleMania this year. Hopefully, Kiro is with us as well. Y'all know why I say that?
Why?
It's not a coincidence. It is July 12th right now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Today is Brock Lesnar's birthday. And we're
So?
making a video about Brock Lesnar. He just turned 47. He's at the end of his career. So I think
Damn,
it's
he's
now.
already 47. Oh, he's done. I
Really?
wouldn't be
Still
surprised if
go,
he don't
man.
come back. I'll be honest. Might right into the sunset.
How old is the Undertaker? I mean, yeah, like when he comes back, I feel like it's gonna be his last run. But yeah, Kenny, look up the age of the Undertaker, because like it's Brock Lesnar. He's not doing shooting star presses anymore.
I mean,
That was
I've
when he
heard,
was
I've
younger.
heard, I've heard a lot of stuff on Brock though. Like,
What do you
not
mean?
just allegedly. Like, there was what is it? The plane ride from hell or something like that. I heard that too, dog. So I don't know, but there's a lot. There's like some stuff that I've heard as well. So
I got
we'll never know.
2 words for you, man. Ric Flair. He's still alive. He's still doing something in the wrestling business. Brock Lesnar will be absolutely fine in the ring as well, because all he needs to do is throw people around, a couple of suplexes. He doesn't need to go crazy. He knows exactly how to work in that ring. But yeah, next time he comes back, I feel like it's gonna be the last, because I don't remember too many people wrestling even after the age of 50, including the
But
Undertaker.
the Undertaker is 59, and Chris Jericho is 53.
Oh wow.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh! Bro, we don't got to deal with
Got
Chris
some
Jericho
time, yeah.
much longer. I'm so glad, man. We don't got to deal with him.
He's on them roids. If he's doing it safe, then he can go for a long time. So, who? Brock?
Speaking of Brock, how old is The Rock? But what were you gonna say, Brian? I'm gonna check out.
Brock is 52. 52 or 53. I mean, Brock, don't get me wrong. Brock can go, especially with the schedule he has. Like, he's not wrestling all the time. He's definitely in better shape than most wrestlers who are 47.
Okay,
but
52 for The Rock.
End of conversation. Then, if The Rock can go, you saw what he did. He took like 2 bumps the whole WrestleMania season. That was enough. So it's over. Brock Lesnar is coming back. All you gotta do is kiss the ring.